This is Carving It Out
Women's Skate Stories
with Heather Janier
and Paula McDonald.
Your skate besties. Episode 3.
Poe Pinson. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Carving It Out. We are so stoked today to have an Olympian with us. Heather has her USA sweater on, and we are just here having a good time hanging out in a parking lot with Poe Pinson today. How are you doing, Poe?
I'm doing pretty good. How about y'all? How are you doing?
We're good. We're in sunny Florida. Not so sunny Florida today. Where are you at today?
Not so sunny Charlotte, actually.
Are you skating up there this week?
No, honestly, because my back's a little locked up, so I'm like forcing myself to chill.
Yeah.
But no, I wish, but it's a quick trip too. I'm coming back like later today. So
Oh, sick.
Cool.
yeah.
Well, we're all Floridians, so this is the Florida episode.
Yeah.
We had done a little bit of research on you, and I know that it's been covered pretty well that you started skating when you were 4 years old. You got your skateboard and for your birthday and went to the skate park with your dad. So we don't need to go into that too much, but the question I had after learning that is how, after you started going at such a young age and your dad wasn't really a skateboarder, how did you learn? How did that all start, and how did you learn and progress up there?
Yeah. Like, was there lessons or?
No, there weren't any lessons or anything. Honestly, just by skating, I think I would just watch things online. I would watch like videos because I mean I grew up, and I'm pretty young. I was born in 2005, so I grew up in the like where YouTube was readily available. So
Yeah.
I was able to just search up any sort of videos that I wanted, and so I feel like I watched a lot of YouTube videos for skating, and then people at the skate park too. They helped me out a lot because it's just the community where I'm from in Fernandina is just so, it's not very big, but because of that, it's very tight. Like there's no, I noticed even a difference skating in Jacksonville. There's like all these little cliques and everyone's like kind of different. Like this person's not dapping this person up. Oh, like this person got beef with this person. Oh, this and that. But yeah, there it's just like everybody loves each other. It's super tight-knit communities. Even now, like when kids come to the skate park and they keep coming back and we're like, we'll kind of incorporate them.
Yeah, that's how it is here in
and help them
Sarasota,
feel.
too.
Yeah, and just like try and help all the little kids feel more included. Like if someone
Sure.
needs a board, I'll make sure people are all good and stuff. So
And now that skate park, now that skate park bears your name, right?
Right.
yeah,
How does that feel?
for some reason.
For
It
some
feels
reason.
kind of crazy because it feels kind of crazy. Sometimes I get overwhelmed because people are talking to me and they're like, "Oh, this is your park." I'm like, "No." I'm like, it just says that, but I don't want this title. I just want to be here. I just go here. Like I don't I don't associate with that. I just want to skate. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little bit, and it gets me in my head because I'm like, I just want to skate and I don't want to deal with that and look at that and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I'm pretty honored, I guess, that people think I'm like dope enough to have a sign with my name at the skate park. But
No, for sure. They love you though. I mean, like I watched the
Yeah.
YouTube video of the parade with like the fire trucks and the marching
yes,
bands.
isn't
and
that crazy? That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
I
it's amazing.
just don't even. Yeah, I just don't even.
There's no
know.
words for it.
It just is so crazy. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
words for that.
Oh my gosh.
So, and also we know that you work at a local restaurant there, and it looked like they did some support of you as you were preparing to go to the Olympics. Talk a little bit about David's and how that kind of came to be, and what
Pretty
your work
bougie.
in the community is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nice looking restaurant. What do you do there?
Yeah. Server's assistant. Well, I honestly haven't really worked in a while just because I've been so busy and I haven't really been home. When I am home, it's just so busy. But I'm gonna try and work when I get back this next week because I shouldn't really be, because I'll have a period to just be home and chill. And I mean, It's honestly fun. I have so much fun there. Started working there when I was 15. Kind of, honestly, like right around when COVID became a thing. I guess I was like extremely lucky to acquire a job during that time.
Yeah.
But one of my best friends, Haley, she was a hostess there and they needed service assistants like really badly. I think they only had like 3 or 4 total. So I started working there and yeah, I already knew Haley that worked there and then we ended up getting kind of like a lot of our other friends to work there too. It got to the point where it was just like me and 4 of my best friends all working there at the same time and then
Yeah.
meeting other people there. So it was just so fun because we had like our dynamic and then also meeting new people there. So it was so crazy.
Any other skaters work there with you, or are you the only skater?
I think I'm the only skater. I'm like maybe someone in the kitchen skates, but not like immediate. No, not my like immediate friends that skate.
They named a drink after you for
That's
the
what I was
Olympics?
gonna say. The golden Poe.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah,
sick.
which was really, really sweet because because the extra profits that went to my dad. So that
That's
was like
amazing.
really, really sweet because he really needed that. So it was like, yeah, definitely a really sweet gesture. It's all family. It's like, even
Yeah.
if you don't work there anymore, it's like everybody still is super cool and it's very tight. So I feel like because it's very tight and we all genuinely do love and care for each other, sometimes it can get a bit hectic, but it's honestly like it doesn't really get much better than that though. Like at a restaurant, honestly, a lot of the people that work there have worked there for a very long time or have worked there more than once. I feel like just because I don't know, it's just a good vibe and they're very I mean it's just like it's a restaurant, so it's like you'll have I mean like I think I've worked the past 5 years. I'm pretty sure I've worked every Thanksgiving besides one,
Oh wow.
and like every Christmas besides one.
I feel like every skater has a regular job too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That they're doing just to be able
yeah,
to facilitate skating when they're not out
yeah. And
traveling.
it feels kind of good too. It feels like I haven't been working really the past few months, so it feels off. It feels like out of routine. I feel like I'm kind of going crazy in a way because I'm like, what do I even do? Like, obviously, like I'm skating, but then I'm not like having to balance everything with work and stuff. I'm just like, everything's just kind of going crazy because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice being home and having that to ground you and come back to. And
Yeah,
so very cool.
honestly.
And good that it's and good that they have the flexibility to work with you with your traveling.
Yeah, they've
which
been
is nice.
super, super cool for that too. Since I started working there, they've been super cool about it. So, um,
Very
yeah,
good.
which is nice.
Well, Heather's been watching some skate videos, and
Oh.
she has all kinds of questions for you.
No, well, we kind of talked about, like you being 4. So I was just like, all right, let's kind of fast forward you because I feel like everyone talks to you about like, how did you do this, all your early stuff? And I'm like, let's try and get her fast forwarded to like the good stuff now, So like 2019, you're 14 years old, got asked to skate the Do Tour. What was that like
Yeah.
at 14?
Pretty crazy, pretty exciting, honestly, because it's like I was still, I don't know, like, because I kind of grew up just like knowing what all this stuff was, like knowing what Do Tour
Right.
was, and like seeing all these videos and stuff, and seeing all these like, not even videos, but just if you like, I would just look up like skater girl or something on YouTube or whatever, and
Skater girl.
I don't know, but I ended up finding the like Girls Skate Network that way. So I watched
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
sick.
Lisa's videos. But yeah, the Do Tour, it was kind of crazy. I remember getting hit up by Lisa about it. And then that's also how I initially got on Meow too.
Right, which is so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was DMing me, or she just DM'd me and asked if it was something I would be interested in. And I was like, I mean, yeah, sure, like, may as well. And then I
But,
told
like,
my
I'm
dad
14,
about
talk
it.
to my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, actually first yeah, like we were talking about it, then I talked to my dad about it. Then she was like, "Oh, do you want to hop on a phone call?" So I was like, "Yes." So I was on the phone with her and we were talking for maybe like 15, 20 minutes. And then at the end she was like, "Wait, how old are you?" And I was
Help
like,
me.
14. And she was like, "Okay,
Oh
I should
no.
probably speak to your dad or your
That's
parents maybe."
amazing. What was it like skating at 14? Because I actually saw a clip where you had said something about like, it's funny, like you were introduced at one of the contests. I don't remember which one, but it was like you were the eldest skater in the women's group. And so when I like
Yeah,
wrote my notes, I was like, oh, what was it like going from being like 14 and being like one of the youngest and now being
yeah,
considered like one of the eldest, you know?
yeah.
That's gnarly.
It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I was really young and I feel like my dad's always been probably my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
Especially like him not really knowing anything about skating. It's honestly been kind of cool because I know a lot of people's parents are like they get into skating because their parents like want them to, or like their
Yeah.
parents skated and then they grew up skating with their parents. But my dad, he low-key wanted me to play tennis. Like he started because
Yeah.
he's really good at tennis. So I've known how to play tennis for longer than I've known how to skate, which is crazy because he put up when I was like 2 or 3, he started teaching me how to play tennis.
Tennis is
So,
super fun and challenging though too. Oh my God.
yeah, I mean I do love playing tennis. I'm not very good because I only play like once every few months, but once I'm warmed up and stuff, I'm like, okay, all right,
Whew.
this is chill. But
You were doing golf for a while too, aren't you?
yeah, yeah. I hurt my back, so I had to kind of chill with the golf.
Mm.
But yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, back to the do tour.
Yes,
So yeah. Okay. Anyway, I get so sidetracked so easily.
that's
But
okay. We'll keep you bringing it back around.
okay, cool, cool, cool. So the do tour, yeah, honestly, it was crazy because it kind of came out of nowhere. I was just making like edits on Instagram because I've always just done that. Like it's always just been kind of funny and fun. And so yeah, then I guess Lisa saw one and then DM me. We hopped on a call and then yeah, we talked. She didn't realize I was 14, and then I told her that, and then she's like, "Oh, are you getting boards from anyone?" And I was like, "No." And then she's like, "Okay, well, if you're down to get boards for Meow, like you can do that." And I obviously knew what Meow was because I was quite the fan of Girls Skate Network and
Yeah.
of Lisa, but without even really realizing that Girls Skate Network was Lisa at the time. And but yeah, so then I didn't even really know that the Dew Tour was an Olympic qualifier at the time either. I didn't really know. And then I didn't have a passport or anything. And then like a week before the event, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Lisa. She was like, "Oh, like you have a passport, right?" And I was like, "No, do I need one? Like I'm not leaving the country. I didn't really think I needed one." She was
Right.
like, "Well, you need one since it's an Olympic qualifier." So then my dad and I went to all these crazy websites and ended up like paying more money than we probably should have to get a passport rushed.
Yeah.
And shout out to my dad though. He, especially in my younger days, would really sacrifice a lot to just to like take me places and to experience because I feel like he's given me a lot of my mindset of like, okay, it's not really that serious. Like if it's meant to happen, like we can make it happen.
That's
And
awesome. And
yeah.
I bet that feels
Yeah.
good too, like having somebody believe in you that much and also not pressure you at all, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of cool because I mean, it definitely did. There were times where he's like, "All right, we're not here for nothing." But then I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, like obviously it took a lot for us to get here, and I'm not really gonna just joke around this time. Um,
Well, and I've heard you talk too about contests in general kind of being like a slippery slope because you can be putting out a lot of your time and money and effort and not
yeah,
really getting anything back from it per
yeah,
se.
it
So,
is. It honestly becomes like it kind of becomes honestly, it can get to the point where you're almost just doing it because of the anxiety and the thought patterns of like, oh, I have to do this, like I have to do this, just because it was, especially for me with my dad and I, it was like, I mean, I never was really like that crazily concerned about ever making money from skating, or I was never really like, apparently when I was like maybe 6 or 7, I was like, oh, I want to be a pro skater when I'm older, but I don't really remember that, or I've never been skating like, okay, I need to do this to like get this to get here, to get here, to get here. I've never really had that mindset. I've always just like, skating's kind of just always been like a non-negotiable thing for
For
me. Like I've
sure.
always just, like, I'm not like, oh, I should probably go skate today. I'm like, how am I gonna skate today? Like, where am I gonna skate? How am I gonna make the time to skate today? Like, it's like a kind of like a non-negotiable.
I
Like,
think
Oh,
every
okay, I'm
skater
gonna,
were you
does that,
fe-
you know? Every
yeah,
skater that
yeah.
loves it.
I was
yeah.
gonna say, do you remember feeling that
And I
like
feel like a
from those
lot of
real early
people,
days?
yeah, I just remember because I also growing up, I my dad traveled for work. He did archaeology. So, I mean, he still does. He does again now, which is crazy because he is in his 70s, but he's in better shape than some
Most
people in
50
like,
year olds. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whenever I tell people he's 70, they're like, he's in his 70s? Like what? And I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't really think it. I mean, he does yoga almost every day. He works out. He rides a unicycle and juggles. He learned how to skate when he was 60.
That's
He
awesome.
Oh
learned
my
how to skate when
gosh.
he was 60.
I
And
saw
then,
you on that unicycle too when you were 10 in an old
yeah,
YouTube video.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But
So sick.
so yeah, and he's still working in archaeology, and it's crazy. I admire him so much. But I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly,
I
if
have
he
so
had the
I,
choice to not, he probably would not. But I feel like with the way the world is now, especially in America, you kind of have to really grind to get any
Anything.
form of income that's like you can kind of do with. So,
For sure.
yeah.
um,
I just
but
have to
yeah,
say though,
so
I just have to say that I just have such an admiration for the relationship you two have. It's beautiful
yeah,
to see.
yeah, I'm
Because
very, very
a lot of
grateful.
times, a lot of times, kids and parents, especially when they get into their teenage years, they go through their times. But it seems like you guys
Yeah,
have a really solid relationship, and that's awesome.
yeah, I feel like because growing up too, he was traveling a lot, so I'd primarily be with my mom. I know I'd only really get to see him on the weekends or every other weekend or even like one weekend a month or so. And he was the person that really took me skating. Growing up with her, like it was harder to really skate very consistently. I mean, but I mean, I'm kind of grateful for that because I ended up spending a lot of time just skating flat in my driveway or skating. Eventually, my dad, we invested in an OC ramps, like little ledge. And
Nice.
then, so then so that way when I was with my mom, because she wouldn't take me really to actually go skate at the skate park or anything, I would just skate this ledge in like a cinder block and flat ground. But I mean, in a way, that helped my skating get to where it is today because if I had had all the resources, and I've talked to a lot of other people, a lot of my friends, honestly, about this, like not really going to a skate park that often when you're young. And then, I mean, I was at the skate park, but just only with my dad. And then but yeah, then having to like kind of make do, but a lot of my friends that are like that, we have all these crazy, weird, random tricks that we can incorporate into like different things whereas you can kind of tell whenever somebody grew up skating a really nice skate park where everything was designed to skate a certain way or even the skate park in Sarasota. I feel like everyone that grows up skating the Payne skate park in Sarasota, they all
Yeah.
skate so crazy and so insane because the park is so weird almost and it's hard to skate. Or even like Jake Alardi, he can skate really anything. He's so overlooked, I feel like, just because
For
I
sure.
don't I don't even know why, but
He doesn't even have a board sponsor right now.
yes, but he's overlooked. I've seen him do like the craziest. I swear he can like big flip Indy and stuff on a vert ramp or like
Yeah.
he's got McTwists and
Yep.
just all these. He's really good at skating transition, really good at skating street. Can kind of skate anything, honestly. And yeah, I feel like it just comes from growing up with that like weird,
You got it.
not traditional, or like then you see, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people that kind of grew up with just like a very
Like
like back
Rodney
and forth.
Mullen.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually funny. I was watching Rodney Mullen YouTube videos last night because I've been trying to learn how to dark slide.
Oh,
And
sick.
Yeah.
I was watching his dark slide tutorial on YouTube last night.
Oh
And
my God.
so but yeah, just like the whole thing of him just kind of like just doing things like over and over again, just like at his
Yeah,
house
because
and
you
stuff
learn
and
how to
not.
play with the board without any other
Yeah,
influences. And what's crazy is like, and I feel like this, and I'm not on your level, but I feel like when you do that, you're actually learning how to skateboard almost like you were the first person to ever do it. And you
yeah,
kind of learn how to skate from this really organic place, without. So I
yeah,
really do feel like it does make your skating that much better because you understand all these micro movements and all these things that just kind of
yeah,
you wouldn't if you were just focusing on skating a park how it was,
yeah,
how everyone else was all the time.
yeah. Just like, and it's crazy because you can always kind of tell that in somebody's skating. Like it's not
Yeah.
really, like a lot of people come to me for skate lessons and such.
Or the
Um,
pushing that they do. You can tell in their push.
yeah, yeah, or people are like, can you like ask me to give their kids skate lessons expecting me to really like, I'm like, I don't even know how, because they want their kids to like be Olympians and do this, that. And I'm like, I don't really, yeah, I'm like, I don't really know what to tell you here. Like, there's no, I mean, you can train and train and train all you want to be a contest machine, but that's not actually gonna get you anywhere in skating. Because if you look at all these people who are like winning all these contests, even Coco, Yoshizawa, I'm pretty sure her last name is. I might have butchered that. My apologies, Coco. I love you. But she is, I don't even know. Maybe she's 16 or so. I don't know. But she started skating after watching Momiji win the
Hmm.
Olympics.
Hmm.
Momiji won the Olympics, and then she saw Momiji win and was like, I want to do that. So then she learned how to skate, and you'll notice she has a lot of similar tricks like the big flip front board, big spin front boards,
Interesting.
and stuff like that. Because Momiji kind of won the Olympics, I'm pretty sure, by doing like big spin front boards and stuff. So
It's funny you bring that up too, because I know that was like the slogan that you used for you were named a game changer for the Big Brothers, Big
oh
Sisters. And it's
yeah.
like, if you
Oh,
can
it is
see it,
one.
you can do it. And that's kind of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like
just seeing it.
she literally has only been skating since the Tokyo Olympics. Like seriously
Wow.
skating since the Tokyo
Wow.
Olympics. And then she somehow was able to win the next Olympics. She did what she wanted to do. She brought that
That's
into action.
amazing.
And I'm not sure like exactly how true this is, so it's all kind of with a grain of salt, but that's like from my understanding what has happened, which is insane, but it's possible. But it's crazy because she obviously is this contest machine winning all these things, but it's like you kind of see, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she really has like a good shoe sponsor, a good anything really that she's like from skateboarding itself. I'm sure she's getting crazy amounts of endorsements from outside of skating, especially being Japanese and I mean, with the Olympics being there last time, and especially Yuto and Momiji winning, so
Yeah.
which is in and from my experience of going to Japan and just carrying around a skateboard, there was a skate contest there that I was there for not this most recent December, but the December before that. And we went into like a jewelry store and I just had a skateboard. We were just like looking around, it's like a secondhand nice jewelry store. And everyone in there was kind of like whispering, gossiping, whatever, this and that. And then they came up to us and they were like, "You are here for the skateboard competition." And we were like, "Oh yeah." And they were like, "Oh," they were like, Momiji? Like, Momiji? Momiji?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, like Momiji." Yeah. And they were like, "Oh my goodness, like, oh, like Momiji, like we love Momiji so much. Like we like," and then they started naming off like other Japanese skaters, and it's really crazy. We were just in a jewelry store. Obviously, these people don't skate. It's all these people like freaking out, gossiping just because we compete in the same
Right.
vicinity as like
Their idol.
like the
What
yeah,
elevated? Yeah.
their idol essentially. And which is really crazy because it's like in like skating, it's usually not like that. Usually if skaters walk into a jewelry store, they're gonna be
They
Yeah.
like,
think you're gonna steal
oh,
something.
like
Yeah.
leave
Leave
your
your book
boards
bags.
outside, like you
Yeah.
can't break anything. But these people were so happy to see us and so happy to know that we skated. It was crazy. It was literally, it was insane how. So that was definitely an experience of, I don't know,
I
just
Do you
loved
think that?
watching you
Do,
in
yeah.
do you think
Olympics.
that's an effect of the Olympics, though? Do you think
Yeah.
the Olympics
Yeah,
that's helped?
for sure.
Yeah.
Because I actually, when I was in school, I wrote an essay about like the pros and cons of skateboarding being in the Olympics.
Oh,
And
snap.
just as somebody, I just love skating. Like I don't really care. I feel like I've never really cared to like group people into like this and that. Because at
Contest.
the end of the
Great.
day, it's literally a wooden toy.
You got it.
Essentially. It's a wooden toy that we all go outside to play on. So it's like what, yeah, there's nothing
It's
really,
supposed to be fun.
yeah, it's not really that serious. And then I feel like, but then when it comes to people outside of skateboarding, I literally have gotten asked like if I'm still gonna be skating. I'm like, they're like, are you still gonna skate? And I'm like, you mean like in contest? They're like, no, just still skate. And I'm like what? Just and they just think
Nothing could
because I
keep me
got to the
from it,
Olympics,
right?
yeah. They're like, a lot of people that don't skate don't realize like how skating works, though. They don't really realize how like obsessed every skater is with skating.
Yeah.
Like they like
Yes.
yeah, like you don't really have like one of my
Like
friends.
you dream about it.
Yes, yeah, literally. One of my friends, Haley, we've known each other since middle school. We've been best friends
This
for
is the
years.
one that also
And
works at David's too, right?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
she doesn't anymore. It was like
Okay.
but she's one of the people that's worked there like 3 different times. And but yeah, anyway, she said to me pretty recently, she was like, because I guess me and my other friend Jace, we were talking about skating and just, she was like, I really just tried to listen to what you guys were saying and I really didn't understand anything, despite, because she knows a little bit about skating just over the year, just from being close over the years. And yeah, she was like, skating really must take up a lot of room in your brain. She was like, all these names, all these tricks that you have to memorize, all these people and videos and music and this and that, all that you have to memorize. And I'm like, girl, I know, tell me about it. That's why I don't even know anything. Like I literally just skate. I'm like, I can't even, I'm like,
Bring it
I don't
on.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's all you want to do all the time. Everything that I
yeah.
think about. It's like, if I'm eating this, is it going to help me better skating? Like how much, you know what I mean? Like, can I get this
Yeah,
thing done so I can go
pretty
skating?
consuming. It's pretty
Yeah.
consuming, honestly. Like,
Oh my God, it is.
And Poe,
so
this can happen
yeah.
at any age. It can happen at
Yeah.
any age because I picked up my first skateboard when I was 52.
That's
And I'm so
awesome.
obsessed with it. Like I am
Yeah.
running to the skate park when I get there. So live on, let it
That's
live in
so
your
awesome.
head.
Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to touch base on you being in the Olympics just for a second. I know that's a huge thing, but like I loved watching your run specifically. It stood out to me because like you were doing wallies and like 1-footers and like laughing, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this girl is floating and having the time of her freaking life. And it doesn't
Yeah.
even matter like what's happening. I know
Yeah.
it just felt so good. I was like vibing with you that whole run, you know?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. It was
I loved
pretty
it.
crazy because it was like, despite doing contests and stuff, I never really expected to actually get to the Olympics. It was kind of just a thing of like I always would kind of just joke around like I wish I could just kind of skate contests here and there without like the end goal of going to the Olympics. Like I wish I could just
Yeah.
like, and that's kind of like I was just like I wish there wasn't this like crazy thing like hovering over all of us like we need to get to this, and it's just pressured by society, pressured,
For sure.
fueled by like the sports industry rather than the skate industry of like, oh, this is the end goal, like you have to get there. And people's like familial lives are being like tormented by this in other countries and stuff. And it's like kids are crying, learning how to skate and being pushed so hard for this like sporting industry rather than skating. Cause it's like, when you do a street league or an X Games, it's like, duh, you want to do your best. But there's not this crazy like overweighing, like, okay, this is riding on this, like you need to do this. So honestly, in my head, I just kind of switched it and I was like, I don't really care about going to the Olympics. I just want to travel and hopefully get it paid for.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
which is what happened. I mean, it took a while to get to the point of travel being paid for, but in a way, I feel like it just kind of was like also because my dad and I really didn't have the money to be doing all that. But I don't know. I guess in both of our heads too, we were just like, we got into that anxious like thought thing of like, okay, this needs to happen. But then without really even thinking about like, why? Like, why? Like, why are we so stressed out about having enough money to go to this contest? Like, why? It just is like, and a lot of people I know can kind of vouch for this crazy thought cycle of you're like, you don't even really care anymore. You don't really even care about going to the Olympics, but your brain is so stuck in that crazy loop of like, okay, I need to do these contests.
Yeah.
Like I know my
Yeah.
brain was, I was like, I felt like I needed to compete. And I'm like, it's not something I don't like not like doing. I mean, I'm chill with it obviously, but it's like, I'm like, I don't even care to go to the Olympics. I don't really care. And so I was like, why am I so stressed about just doing all these contests? Like when it's like I'm chill with literally not really getting anything from skating in my entire life and just being able to skate whatever I want, wherever.
Yeah.
I
Like
think once
what?
you get in that Olympic mindset, when they start saying, that your country is depending on you, and it becomes so heavy, and
Countries
that's what you're
Yeah,
depending
saying,
on
like a
you.
lot of,
yeah,
you're representing your country, and kids, like young kids, are subjected to that, and it's hard.
yeah. It gets a little, especially because obviously I got introduced to that kind of world when I was 14. And so growing up in that with that kind of with people always just like in my brain like uh this and that like I got one of my turning points kind of was like I got hit up by Etnies to get a contract when I was getting flow shoes from Nike. I mean, I was considering it because I was like, I mean, yeah, I grew up skating Etnies. That's dope. And whatever. And then I started working with an agent to kind of just help me out a little bit with that because I was still, yeah, I think I was 16 at the time. I still didn't really know.
Mm.
17 maybe? I think I was 17. Yeah, I was 17. Still didn't really know like what was going on necessarily. And then I like had a really bad ankle for like a year. I jammed it really bad, hot pocketed it this way, then rolled it really bad. The day I was able to flick again, I rolled it really bad the other way. And so then as that was healing, I again just felt this crazy pressure to go to this contest in Rome, even though I couldn't flip my board. I was like, yeah, I'll still just go anyway, like whatever. And which obviously I didn't end up doing good because I couldn't flick my board or really do anything. And then the guy that was doing Edney's, not Fred. Fred's the sweetest, but
Yeah.
someone else sent me an email and then listed off like
Kelly.
everybody who skated the contest, like all the girls that were like getting stuff from Etnies that skated the contest, and they were like, they don't really skate contests, but they did pretty good. Like we don't really know what happened with you, like this and that. And then I was like, if they're putting pressure on me to do good at contests and thinking I'm
Yeah.
some contest bot, I would rather never make a single dime from skating. Never make a
Yeah.
dime from skating before I like get myself wrapped up in something that is like
Dude.
forcing me to do things that I don't want to do essentially. So then I literally, without thinking, I replied to that email and was like, oh, like I think I made up my mind, like I really appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna just have to decline or something like
Decline.
that.
Yeah.
That was literally my turning point of like, I was like, I would rather never make a dime than have to do good at contests to make money. Yeah, no, just like I'm not doing that. And I mean, it ended up working out for the best, but I was like, I'm not a contest robot. I'm like, I'm obviously not going to be doing good at every contest. I just don't care. And
Yeah.
then,
No, because I've heard you say you started becoming selective with them. Like you learned for yourself to say no, which was like huge for your own mental health,
yeah,
It's like learning to say no at that age is really like an amazing thing because I don't think a lot of women learn that till they're like 40, you know?
Forever.
That's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's powerful too, you know, to realize like, no, just no.
Yeah. Cause like
It's a full sentence.
I was still working at David's at that time, and I was like, I'm still able to skate every day. I'm like, I don't need like a little bit of money from Etnies to have to feel like I have to do good at contests, and they get confused when I don't, even though I don't really do that good at contests. Like I'm not out here like winning and stuff. Like maybe I'll hit like a fourth or fifth place, but like I'm not really out here winning. And then for them to be like, oh, I don't know what happened with Poe. Like, what do you mean? Like that was literally just my like, okay, yeah, nope. Like I'm like,
You
nope.
did get third for Red Bull Solus and the X Games, I'm just saying. So
Oh
you get
yeah,
better than
true,
fourth. Come on, come
true,
on, come on.
true.
Let's just,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
guess I guess I
And
just
when
don't
you
even
did
really,
the X
yeah.
Games, you did the cleanest freaking tray flip, like up this bank gap, like it was like a bank on the stairs. Then there's like a gap, and you tray flipped it up, and I was like, what the? It was so clean. It was
Hey,
so
that's
good.
fire.
It was
Thank you.
so
I
good.
appreciate that. But
So
anyway,
yeah,
yeah,
you do
so
get good, and like you do score
yeah,
good. But you know, really quickly, like speaking of
yeah.
contests, you said SLS, right?
Oh
You were
yeah.
just skating
Miami.
SLS in Miami,
Yes, yes.
in your home state. How did that
Yeah.
compare to skating it like somewhere else? What did it, I mean, like, did any of your local family or friends come down from up north, like North Florida, or?
Yeah, but it was actually really crazy because I didn't get hit up to do it until like Wednesday night, and the
Oh,
practice
dang.
was on Friday.
Oh
It
my
was like
God.
last
Wow.
minute because Liz got hurt, so it was like super last minute. I was like an alternate, and then
Oh my.
super last minute got put in, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Like I kind of was like, "Oh, I don't know if I really want to do it." And then I could just drive down to Miami and it's fine. So I spent the night at I actually made like a little vlog that I'm gonna post on YouTube on like on my old camera. It's not like a really talking vlog, but it's just Olivia's in it and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say, Olivia told me to ask you
yeah.
about your caveman to Boardslide.
Oh yeah. That I don't really know. Whenever I mess up in contest runs, I get flustered. I can't just keep going. Like it doesn't mean I'm not gonna land the rest of anything, but I get flustered because I'm like, okay, I already blew it, so I may as well just like, and then my brain just starts going in like a million different directions, and I start actually noticing everything that I could do. Then I'm like, okay, I see a quarter pipe, I want to do an air. Then I'm like, okay, wait, this and that. And then but on the first run, I messed up on like my trick up the Euro gap. And then I just was running up with my board, and I saw the time. I had like 2 seconds left. So instead, I just turned back around and started running towards the hubba and tried a caveman board slide on that.
That's
And
so
then
sick.
I didn't land it the
Gosh.
first run. And then the second run, I messed up on like my first or second trick. I don't really remember. But then I like landed the like middle part of my run, and then was turning, but then I had all this extra time, and I was turning around, and I was going towards the hubba. And I was going slow, and I was like, what am I doing going towards this hubba? And so then I just like got off my board, and I was like, caveman board slide again, perfect. And then I just did it there. And then I was like, yo, I've never caveman board slid like a hubba ever. And so I was hyped. And then I didn't really know what else to do because I was like, well, I guess that was my run.
Oh my God. You have such a deep bag of tricks though. You know what I mean? Like you were
Yeah.
like saying earlier too about that girls skate network. I watched a vlog actually with you. It had Georgia Martin in it. You know, and you were just
Yeah.
trick after trick after trick up this little, like, I don't even know what that was, like a little bank to gap thing. And you're
Yeah,
just,
like a
and
little
George is like,
step up.
how does she? Yeah. I mean, it was just like boom, 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 boom. You know, she's like, how does she do it?
I will tell you, it's literally just from skating in my driveway growing up. Like, not really, and just skating a ledge and skating.
And I heard you say like a lot of intuitive thinking, like in the moment.
Yeah. So I feel like my brain is very, like, I'm very, like, all over the place. Even just, I don't know what's
I think a
going
lot
on.
of women who skate are.
Yeah, like, but even just like I have like extreme time blindness too.
Yeah.
I figured out that's what it's called. Extreme.
I have blindness. I'm writing that down.
I will, and sometimes it is an issue. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave my house in 20 minutes. and then I won't show up for 3 hours and I won't even really realize. I'll think that I'm doing good on time. Like I'm like, I swear, like, or if I have something to do in like an hour, I'm like, oh, I have an hour. So I can go skate, go get coffee, and then go to the thrift store and then meet you there. Like,
Yeah,
but
that's just
that's,
ADHD.
yeah, maybe that too, just some undiagnosed stuff. But
That's how I feel about myself.
yeah, but
Oh my
it's
God.
Does time
crazy.
stand still for you like that in the middle of tricks? Like, do you feel time slowing down while you're on your board doing tricks?
Honestly, maybe so, but I feel like the being all over the place kind of helps because I never really like fully lock in. Like I do lock in, but then my brain from like locking in, I don't know. Then whenever it gets unlocked from not landing a trick, then I'm like everything just like really becomes like an option. Then I'm like, okay. But then there's also the time pressure. So I think I just get so overwhelmed during a contest run that
Yeah.
I don't really like I've done a Benihana before in a contest and I'm
I
like
love your Benihana.
I'm like I don't know like what's going on. I just never really know what's going on. Even to the
It's
street
so
league in
cheesy.
Miami, I was like 45 minutes late to the warm up, so I had like 15 minutes to warm up. So I'm all like
Oh
stressed
my
out trying to
gosh.
warm up. I'm like I don't even know.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh.
I'm not really cut out for the contest life. Everyone's all like early and stuff. I'm like I'm not cut out for
Well,
this.
and okay, so kind of like I know we talked about your contest, but and I know that you film, like you have your own YouTube. I watched that, by the way. I just
Oh.
saw you, like you put up a video a couple months ago. You called it like YouTubing and you're barefoot at the
Yes,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
clips.
yeah.
I'm like, and you're
Yeah.
not just barefoot cruising, you're like throwing down. It's amazing. No, but okay, so like we talked a little bit about your sponsors. You have quite a few heavy sponsors,
Yeah.
and you're in some amazing videos. We got the Nike SB Gassed Up, a Roll of
Oh
Their Own with
yeah.
Mob. You got the There
Oh,
with the Nike collab. Like, I
oh
mean,
shoot.
I watch those videos over and over. Those are some like really heavy parts, dude.
Yeah.
Do you like filming like that and travel? I mean, because I mean, does it feel like you're just hanging with your friends, like especially the Roll
Yeah.
of Their Own with the Portland and
Yeah.
Seattle and
That was a
like,
great
Yeah.
one.
oh my God,
Or
come on.
especially there, like, because I mean, I was always, whenever I was writing for Meow, I always was saying, like, I don't really care to have a big board sponsor. It just, like, I think
Yeah.
I'll ride for Meow forever just because it feels like home. But then when I got hit up for there, I was like, okay, like, this might be something I'm also interested in. Because I've been hit up a few times for different brands. Nothing really, like, caught my interest that
Yeah.
insanely because I'm like I don't really want to just ride for like a big board company and just not really like have
Vibe
that
with it.
familial sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like I don't know, it took me honestly like a month to fully decide to ride for there because I was like I don't know what if this is a mistake, this and that, like I don't know, just like the whole
Did
ordeal.
you have
And
a
then
good conversation with Lisa, or how did that
Yeah, I
yeah,
go?
was gonna
Lisa
ask
helped
that.
me. I actually called Lisa a few times and like she
That was
kind of
sick.
helped me. She helped me decide, honestly.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
because every other time I got hit up, I would call her and she would just kind of give me her honest opinion and be like, but if this is something that's going to make you happy, like, of course, I'm going to always support you. And so,
That's so sick.
but, yeah, whenever I left Meow, I remember I was crying. It was like, but then I was like, oh, I'll still, whatever. Anyway, and
Well,
then,
that video for the Nike collab, like that was sick because you did a
yeah,
late shove over this orange barrier. And I know that,
yeah.
like, I've heard you say you don't think that like a front late shove looks stylish, but it looks so good when you do
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Aw.
I
It looks
appreciate
so
that.
good. You also did a really
Yeah.
sick front wall ride. I don't know. I love
Oh
wall
yeah,
rides.
that was my first front wall ride. But yes,
Oh,
but
Wow.
that trip was so fun because that was my first. Well, I went to LA. I was in LA like last March, kind of filming for the Peach Fuzz video with there.
yeah.
And that was kind of my like introduction essentially, but I didn't really meet anyone from the Bay, which is where most everyone lives. I just kind of skated with everyone who lives in LA, like Keenan Chandler and Shag was there for a little bit, and I forget
So
who else.
sick.
But yeah, just the LA people and Mike and but yeah, so then I filmed primarily for Peach Fuzz there, and then in the summer whenever we were filming for their Dunk collab, I went
Mhm.
to San Francisco for the first time, and
Yeah.
that was so fire. That was when I met everybody, and I was like, okay, this is like the best decision I've ever made. This is
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
And then we went to Montreal, and it was just so much fun. And then I've been back to San Francisco, just to Oakland, the Bay, 3 times this year already.
Yeah,
And
California's so fun.
yes, I love, especially just everyone there is just so like,
I want to
don't
get
know.
out there so bad.
It's just so fun, especially because Trish, she films. She's not like their filmer. I don't really like view her as like, oh, like the filmer. She just is like, she just films, and it's really fun because I don't know,
Oh my gosh, that's so
it's just
awesome.
such a good, like I went there to skate this past like within the past few weeks, and I was like, and then she messaged me and she was like, I'm putting together a timeline of like everything we got. And I was like, that's right. I was like, that's crazy. Like I forgot that we were like, it literally was just so much fun. You're just so in the moment. You kind of forget things that are actually coming out of it.
That's
the
so
best.
sick.
But
I
yeah,
want to be
so
on
honestly,
Nike
I
SB
have,
with you guys.
so I have a lot of fun for sure. It just felt, and just hanging out, just seeing everyone, just,
Well, that's how I felt with like
yeah.
the Nike SB, like the gassed up video, and I'm watching you guys, and it's like Nora's there. You know what I mean? Like Brianna, I know everybody
Yeah.
calls her Breezy, like Fabi, Nicole, Marby, like just Alex White, her face in the
Oh
video.
yeah,
Oh, man.
That wasn't
the
Nike SB,
roll of
that was the roll of your own. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
When they panned
It's
to her
okay.
face, I was like, what just
Yeah,
happened?
I know.
The story behind that was so crazy too. We were just at
Holy
the
crap.
Garfield High School, and she was kind of just like, oh, maybe I'll drop in. And then she
Oh
got
my
up there and
gosh.
laid down.
Yes.
She laid down for like 10 minutes, just on her back, just laying down. And no
Wow.
one's even out of the way. She just stands up, and within like 30 seconds of standing up, she just drops in. And like in
Dude.
the video, in the clip, you can kind of see, I think like either Nicole or Nora like running
It's Nora.
around. Yeah, Nora's like crossing because nobody thought she was actually gonna like go. Nobody knew she was gonna do it because she had been laying down for 10 minutes, and she stands up and just like does it. And we were all like, what?
The face.
We were all just like,
Holy crap.
what? And then she
That's
was
a-
like, I saw stars, like I'm fine though. Like I just like blacked out, but I'm fine though. And we were like, we were
When
all
they
just kind
panned
of
to
like,
her face in that group photo, oh
Yeah.
my
It's all-
God.
ooh.
we just really didn't know what to do or say. I mean, we went to the hospital, but we were all just kind of like, no way that actually just happened.
Oh my gosh.
Like, because
Yeah.
nobody even, it was still just the processing of, wow, she actually really just tried that.
Just do that.
And then also the like, wait, she's the team manager right
Yeah.
now, low
Oh my-
key. And there was just like, and then obviously that one was like a girls' trip, so it was just like, we were all kind of just like, what? We were like,
I loved the behind the scenes video more than the even actual video, honestly, because it's just
I
fun
don't even
watching
know
you
if I've
guys. Like,
seen the behind the scenes video.
oh my God.
Heather
Is
will
it
send
on
you the link to
YouTube?
that one.
It's
Send her
online.
the,
It's
send her
on
the link to
YouTube.
that one. Yeah, send her the
Yeah.
link to that one.
It's so
I've
sick.
never
That's
even
how.
seen that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I was like, because, you know, and they show her, like, and, you know, like Nora's like, sitting looking at her, and she's like, I can tell it's bad, I think, by your face. And I'm like, yeah, holy crap. Like, everyone's probably looking at you like, oh my God.
And
That
then
shocked me.
immediately, just like an egg appeared right here. And then-
Yes. Oh my God.
yeah, it was
Sick.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to
Oh,
get those mixed
insane.
up. I was watching those videos back to back because the Nike SB one.
Because
I
it's
called-
filmed in the same places, so.
Yeah, well, and I called Paula last night before we did this interview, and I said, Paula, I'm gonna go get a pair of Nikes because I'm gonna be on that team. And everyone is so. You
sick.
did a bump to bark in that video, and I was like, that is the sickest freaking clip where you like go off this bump through the tree. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
Through the
mean?
tree.
Oh my God.
That was actually crazy. We got threatened to get shot at that spot.
No, shut up.
Yeah, and we were all trying
Wow.
to leave. That was the Nike trip. And then Mike Sinclair was there, like, TMing kind of, and he was like, no, give it a few more, like, you got it, Poe. And then Ant and I'm like, literally like, holy f, like, this dude really just like threatened to shoot us and we're not leaving. Like, I don't even care about this. Like,
Oh
what?
my
And then
God.
Ant's like, just do it. And it's
No
like,
way.
we gotta get out of here. And so I did it within like 3 tries, but I was like, bruh.
That's the pressure now.
Yeah, well, and you had a slam in that video. You were going down the hubba and you like lost your tail for
Oh
like that.
God, yeah.
Oh my God.
I still have I'm pretty sure It's like this one.
The scars.
Oh my God.
And I
The
keloid pretty
scars.
badly too, so. Or no, maybe it's
Gosh.
this one. I think it's actually this
Speaking of Mike Sinclair, like, are you on Slappies or are you still with Crux?
one. Nah,
Or
I don't know if
or
I'm
do you
fully
not
on
have
the team. I get free trucks from Slappies, so.
Mike Sinclair? This is my
Mike
second
Sinclair.
shout out to
Come
Mike.
on.
I called him up
It's
for
happening every
Olivia.
week.
Come on, put these girls on.
Mike. Yeah, I'm pretty
So okay,
sure.
but you are you've got you've got mostly Slappy. You skate for Mob. I know, like I saw your local shop, Permission Skate Shop. Like they closed. Do you even have a
Oh,
shop?
the Block Skate Supply.
Oh, you're the block now.
Block,
Okay,
the
sick,
Block Skate Supply.
sick.
That's
Okay,
like
I
the
follow
OG.
them on Insta.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like the OG Jacksonville, like
sick.
the block. But yeah, that's sick. And then yeah, I feel like for sponsors, I'm kind of like a little, I don't know, I always get kind of fried. I'm like, oh, I just want to like try different things and stuff. So,
Yeah,
but that's what's good about there. You can like kind of just skate whatever board, but you're still just like on there and it's chill.
that's
Like if
sick.
you want to, like Jeff's like the chillest person ever. He's literally just like I'll be like, Jeff, like I really want to skate this board. He's like, huh, like really? Like that's sick. Like
Oh, that's so cool though that
but
they let you play
nice.
around. You know.
no, it's not really. Because I kind of thrive more in that environment. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm not really that good with like,
Well, I did read in the Jankum interview that you were like, it would be sick to have Publix as a sponsor.
oh my
And
God,
no,
it
Come
would.
on. Where shopping is a
It would.
pleasure.
My local Publix
Meet
is
skater.
closed for a year. My local
What?
Publix is closed for a year due to renovation.
subs for life. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
this capitalistic incentive to renovate my local Publix that I've been going to my whole life. Everyone on the island is so bummed about it. Because it's like, and then
gosh.
Winn-Dixie is closing too. So we're
Oh,
only going
if
to have
Publix-
one grocery store for like,
If Publix is closed, get in there and skate it and
Yes.
film it.
there's spots outside. I'm actually going to try. It's closed for a year. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Dude, I
mean,
emailed Publix about skating behind one of their stores because I usually
yeah,
ask permission, not forgiveness. I'm learning not to do that. And
yeah.
they wrote me back from corporate, like, sorry, don't skate our parking lot. I was so pissed.
That's crazy. That's actually really
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
What a
but
bummer, man.
I know
All
I'm
right,
so bummed. But yeah.
Poe, are you melting in the car? Because we gotta
No,
gotta
I
start to
know. We
wrap
have
up
so
and
much
get
more
out
to
of
talk.
here.
I
We've
have
got
6
so-
pages of
Come
notes.
skate with us sometime.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I will. I was
Come
actually
visit
thinking
Olivia.
about coming down. I was thinking about coming down sometime this month.
Do
Um,
it. That would
yeah,
be sick. I'm
may as
actually
well.
trying to talk my kids into going to Jacksonville, not this weekend for Mother's Day, but the following. So I was like, if Poe's
Yeah,
in town, could we just creep on Fernandina and see if she'll skate with us? I don't
for
know.
sure. Yeah, for
Stop
sure.
it. That would be sick.
Yeah, I'd be super
Oh
down.
my
'Cause I
gosh.
mean, hopefully my back honestly will be chill. It's already like unlocking a little bit more today than it was yesterday, and it's only been 3 days. So
Also, like, no, I just feel like you're this, okay, obviously everyone knows you. You're this amazing figure in women's skating, whether or not you think that you deserve it or that you are or that you do it for a contest or whatever. You do it for you. But I just feel like you're so nice and humble and you have this outlook that a lot of women your age wouldn't have. Like, I even heard you say, like, you'll stop like landing tricks in a game of skate so that somebody else could win and get letters on you. You know, like if a guy starts telling you at a skate park, like if you don't land a trick and he sees you and he starts telling you what to do, you'll be like, you'll listen to him and like give him time to tell you what to do. And I'm like, why? You're
yeah,
just so nice about it, you know?
yeah. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
because
I don't feel
I
like
don't want to be I don't want to be like sometimes people kind of deserve to just be like put in their place, but then a lot of times too, it's like I'm like I don't want to just be like, oh, bro, like I know how to hard flip. Like I'll just be like, because I mean, maybe I'll learn something new. Maybe like I'll learn how to actually like scoop hard flips too instead of only
That's
flicking
so
them behind
sick.
me. So I'm like, I just try and look at everything in life as like a learning opportunity and like
I love that.
and like a perspective of like, well, may as well. Because I mean, because that's like the crazy part. It's like everyone in life is just everybody is literally different. Like nobody is the same. So it's like,
Yeah.
like I'll maybe could learn something from this person, even if it's like really random. So
Do you
You're
want to ask
amazing.
our normal final question? Like, what advice would you give to any women or girls that are
Yeah, I
interested
guess
in skating?
Yeah,
Or do we do some rapid fire?
if we're back to the kind of the intended audience for people of all walks of life, maybe people who have been skating for a long time, or maybe families or girls that are thinking about skating for the first time, what advice would you give somebody that's new to skating to help them? I think one of them we've already given, and that's skate in your driveway.
Yeah, skate for you.
Skate for you. But is there anything else that you tell kids that are
What
aspiring
would you tell
to
little
get started?
Honestly, that there's no really like right or wrong way to skate. There's no, I mean, you obviously have like different ways or like different things you can want to do, but there's no like there's no right or wrong. Like you're not doing anything. Like if you want to skate contests and use it as like a sport, I suppose, like then that's something you can do. Or if it's your method of transportation, that's chill too. If it's just something you do to kill time because you're bored and you feel like being creative, that's chill. If you just want to go to the skate park to hang out and like maybe skate a little bit, like honestly, I mean, that's chill. If it's a coping mechanism, like it is for a lot of people, I feel like honestly myself included,
For
unfortunately. Honestly, unfortunately, because when I can't skate, then I'm like, I'm going crazy. But like that, or like just an escape from the daily torments of life. Like I feel like it can really just be anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Just like, and I feel like that's the beautiful part. It
That's
can
the
be
beautiful
anything
part.
to anyone because it's a wooden toy. So,
Yeah.
I guess just like simplifying it, and it's not really that deep. And also, skate parks can be intimidating. I still get really intimidated. Don't know why.
No, you don't.
Come on.
It's crazy. It never goes away. It never goes away.
I thought it would go away.
Unfortunately, it never goes away. It's just like new things come about. Now I'm like, oh, okay, like wow. No, it's just like, it never goes away. Like if there's
When
a new
that
skate
happens,
park,
do you have something you do that like
yeah.
like
I
a you know what I
usually,
mean?
yeah, I usually just find something in the skate park that nobody's skating, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go there first. And but then once I
You have
get
a
warmed
favorite
up,
trick?
favorite trick, honestly, right now, I don't know. I really like pressure flips for some reason.
Oh, sick.
I really like pressure flips, but
The
I feel
trick
like
you
my
want to
favorite
do
trick,
most in the future.
the trick I want to do most in the future,
Yeah.
honestly, I would love to get good at nollie inward heels, but they are so weird and so hard, and I don't really understand them. I've landed like 3 on hips, and that's it. I've never done one on flat. Never done one on flat. I don't even know if I've done one up a bank or anything. Just only on hips. So nollie inward heel, honestly, or like a proper invert or andrec on transition.
I would love to do an
Nice.
invert. Oh my
I would love
gosh.
to do an invert. I'm getting there. I can hand plant and kind of put my thumb on the coping, but that's
Oh, sick.
Yes.
I wanna like on something
Do you
stupid
have
like
to
really
do
put
any
weight.
like extra? Yeah. Do you have to do like any extra like exercises for that, or it's just like the momentum and is just
Yeah.
like
I think it's more momentum, and probably you get stronger as it does it. I mean, I do little like wrist things just for maintenance,
yeah.
just because I'm
Yeah.
like I don't want to have like crazy up wrists in like 10 years, even though I mean my wrists are already like kind of fried, but I'm like, all right, if I do exercises, that'll keep them hopefully good for longer.
So sick.
I don't know.
Ugh.
We love everything you do. We're so stoked that you're
Oh,
representing all of
amazing.
us women in Florida, you know?
Yes. And we look forward to skating with you and seeing
I'm gonna hold
all
you
the
to
rest
it.
of your travels and everything. You're amazing. Thank you for
Oh,
thank
you
you for
guys
spending
too.
time with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Carving It Out.
Be sure to keep up with Poe on Instagram at Poe Pinson.
And follow at Carving It Out Pod for updates from us.
Thanks for listening, and share this podcast with a skate friend.